because I've asked the battery guys this, and none of them know because it just hasn't been around long enough, and because the technology is so new.
Mm-hmm.
But the impact that fast charging has on the life of a battery, none of them know. But because it's one of those things where it hasn't been around long enough to know how fast charging, how significant of an impact it could have on the actual battery life. Like, because you'd have to run two case studies: a battery that's never used fast charging but has the capability to be fast charged, and a battery that's only been used fast charged, and then you run them to the end of their life.
Actually, we know it's bad.
By how much? Because it's one of those
how
things.
Much?
Because it sounds bad, like to fast charge a battery, but how detrimental is it?
We know it's pretty bad.
What's pretty bad mean? Like, does it shorten its life by 20%?
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking.
Because it heats up the battery, as you know.
Yes.
And it causes... So, like, there's a Chinese phone that charges it like 60 watts.
Mm-hmm.
Which is insane. I think the iPad, when I say fast charge, I'm talking like maybe 30 watts.
Mm-hmm.
Apple doesn't use very fast charging for their devices, especially on the iPhone. Because their big reasoning why they don't provide fast charging or fast wireless charging is because it's bad for the batteries. And so they're looking out for you. It's also possible they just don't want to do it. It's just Apple being Apple.
Apple made a fast charger though.
Yeah, but it's meant for your laptop.
I thought they made one for the phone too.
Yes, they just now, eventually did.
Oh.
5 years after everyone else already started the trend.
Oh, okay.
They jumped on the trend after everyone else was like, bro. They jumped on it and like, okay, we're gonna give you 30 watts.
But maybe they're.
But China was already up to 60.
Maybe they were skeptical of this whole thing too, because maybe if it came out where
that's what they told us. That's literally what they told us. That's why they told us. That's why they waited.
No, but what I'm saying is like, what if they wait? What if they're waiting because they felt like the issue could have been much bigger than it actually was? Like it was setting fires to people's phones.
Oh, like the old Note, like the old Note 7s.
Yeah, because I feel like if people found out about, no one would buy these phones, because now it's setting them on fire, and so now Apple didn't even jump into it, so you can't really blame them for that.
True. No, and nobody, and they're just like, okay, thanks Apple, but the standard's more like 40 watts.
Yeah.
You don't need the crazy 60 watts that China does.
Mm-hmm.
And they do that because they do two batteries.
Mm-hmm.
There's two batteries in there, and they're charging each one at 30.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's a total of 60.
Yeah.
Which I was just like, why don't we do that with all of our fucking batteries in our phones? Sacrifice just a little bit of capacity in exchange for I can have super fast charging without potentially damaging my batteries. Because 30 watts each is going to produce a lot less heat than if that was actually native 60 watts.
Yeah.
Theoretically. It might not, it's the amount of energy going into the phone.
I actually don't even know how phones are charged. Are they charged constant current or current limiting constant potential?
Not a clue.
Not a clue. Okay.
No one ever gets that in depth when they talk about phone charging.
Well, the reason why I asked is because of the chemical makeup of batteries, it varies. How you charge a lead acid in an iPad, which is why I know that, but I don't know lithium ion and how it's designed.
I will say not every battery can be charged super fast.
Yeah.
iPhone, and then also you have to have it built in.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I still find it crazy that some devices, if you hook them up to the fast charger, it fries them because they're not built to stop that current from going through.
Yeah.
Or they're not built in a way that can tell the charger, hey, or the charger is built in a way to, hey, don't send me this current, I can't handle it. They can't talk to each other.
Yeah, that's why current limiting control
Yeah.
on your power supply.
They're like, hey, I can't handle this. So, like, good chargers, good cables, and, higher end phones, they will talk to each other.
Yeah, that is another thing. You need to pay attention to your cables. Because we had some stuff that we charge at 11 amps, and we use the wires are they're rated for 8 amps. You can use single lead wires, just because the time that's exposed to 11 amps, it'll get warm, but it can still handle it for the period of time that it'll be at 11 amps. But typically it's recommended that we double lead them, because then the current traveling through each wire is cut in half, so really it's 5.5 amps through each wire.
So something I wish phones would do. This is a feature that I feel like contradicts what the company wants.
Mm-hmm.
A company wants you to keep buying phones, or at the very least, keep buying batteries. So it's literally not in the company's best interest to design a phone, software-wise,
mm-hmm.
that takes care of the battery. It's not in their interest.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish they did. I wish they would design a way that's like, okay, so when it tells you you're at 100%, it's actually only at the battery's 80% capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it says it's down to 0, it actually still has like 10% or whatever left total capacity in the battery, or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever the safest minimum charge is.
Yes, that is a thing with lithium that I actually didn't know till I was working at the battery shop. They told me about, because the guy, the team leader, he knows just a lot about just different battery chemistries, not just his main expertise is NiCad and lead acid, right. Obviously, but he knows.
He's a nerd. He probably goes home and reads spec sheets on freaking batteries all night. Just like, ooh.
Maybe. But, no.
Ooh, Panasonic's got a new
there was
cell coming out. Mm.
So it's called the DMS, or no, BMS, Battery Monitoring System.
Yep.
And basically, there's 2 voltage levels with lithium. Mm. And so, as you use the battery, its voltage drops. When it crosses this first flat line, the battery, it shuts off your phone and you cannot restart it. And basically that means your battery is done when it crosses this line. And it needs to be recharged, because continuing to use it could cause detrimental problems for this next line. Because over time of being significantly discharged, the next line, if you were to pass this line and try to charge it, it would start on fire and blow up.
Fun. Wonderful. How nice.
And so basically it monitors the system of the battery, and basically when the battery crosses this second line, it's done. You cannot charge it. It will refuse to let current enter it, because my old phone, I just kind of threw it in my closet. I wanted to charge it the other day just for fun. It would not charge, mm-hmm. because it crossed that line. And if you were to hook up the battery directly to power, it more than likely, just from what the literature suggests, it would start on fire, start to smoke, and
wonderful,
and ruin your device. Which is why as soon as it gets depleted, it shuts off. So that way you don't continue to use it so it crosses the next line.
Okay.
I don't know how long it has to sit discharged to cross, how long that level is, but yeah. I just know that is a thing.
Anyways, I think even above that, though, where the company puts it, I think there's even like another level where it's like you don't want to go below that. Yeah. Traditionally, because that is still bad for the battery.
Well, yeah, because they say like, 20% or whatever.
I think so, right? So which leaves you with only 60% of your total battery that you can possibly use.
Well, yeah, because 80% of compared to where it was when it was new.
Well, yeah, because we don't want to use the top 20% because that damages it.
To charge it completely?
Yeah. And we don't want to use the bottom 20% because that damages it. So you're left with 60% of your total battery.
Yep.
But see, that's the thing though. But see, in a company's eyes, that doesn't do them. And then as the phone gets older, it will stretch into those ranges because it needs the extra juice to maintain the lifetime of the battery. But it knows it's already aging at that point.
Hang on a minute. What if we just renamed what we name 100%? So the battery. What if the charger only charges it to 80%? But your phone displays it as 100.
Well, no, so that's what I want companies to do.
Because people wouldn't know the difference. They're like, oh yeah, it's 100% charged. But really, it just stops charging the battery. Like if you theoretically looked at the electron count and everything, you could count it. It's only 80% charged. But you're just going to tell people, you're just going to call it 100.
The thing is, though, companies tell you the milliamp hours of their batteries. That's a big advertising thing. So if you advertise your milliamp hours as this, people do the math and like, okay, here's how much I should be able to get out of it.
Here's how much usage I'm doing.
But then when it only gets 80%, you're like, the fuck? Turns out, we're software limited.
Then you tell people that's what you're doing. You tell people, would you be, or rather,
what needs to be an option. But the thing is, it's not in the company's best interest to design the software because that means the battery lasts longer and the phone lasts longer. A phone lasting longer is expensive for a company because you're not buying new products, and I have to keep making software for old phones that nobody's buying anymore.
Yeah.
I lose money on you having an old phone. So a company has no incentive on doing that, even though it's better for society and the planet.
Does Apple still support my phone?
What is it?
It is
the new SE. I think so.
The SE second generation. It's
they haven't come out with. I think they'll probably drop it when they come out with the third, if they ever do. So.
Third SE, if they do.
Yeah, I mean.
I know the iPhone wiki has a chart that has all of it on there. It was
lifespan. There you go.
Ended. So we look at ended. They did make a third one.
Oh.
March 2022.
I didn't realize that.
It is still supported. Current.
There you go.
They have not dropped it yet. So this one was supported until last year. So it seems like
oh, the X is dead.
Almost every year.
I remember the iPhone X. I remember.
It came out in 2017.
I remember it and the XR. Oh, man. I completely forgot about that phone, to be honest. Because, like, I knew one person with it. It was like the first OLED screen on a phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, they came. It was when they came up with the notch.
The notch?
Yeah. You know, on the top of your screen, well, yours probably doesn't have that. Oh, no, yeah, the notch. That's what they call that. The notch. Well, actually, they call it the dynamic. Well, no, it's a notch. Yeah.
But the screen stops down here.
Oh, yours doesn't go around it.
Yeah.
See how mine goes around my camera?
Yeah, no, my phone doesn't do that. So you can see the screen stops right there.
Oh, I didn't realize the second gen didn't have a notch. Never mind.
No, my phone doesn't have a notch.
Ah. Does my iPad? I don't think so. No, it doesn't.
It has a line.
Yeah.
It has two lines, one for the bottom. So it doesn't even go down to the... Because does it go down to the home screen? The new phones?
They don't have a home button.
Oh, so that's the thing. I have a home button.
Yeah, yours is like the last phone they did with a home button.
Yeah.
The 10 got rid of the home button.
My phone is the design of the 6 with the software of whatever the current one was when they made it. So the 11.
Yeah. Because the 10 is when they got rid of the the home button.
Yeah, they threw the software of the 11 in the body of a 6.
With the power of the 11, right? Or
yes. It has
or like the previous chip.
So it has like the A13 Bionic chip or whatever the chip was that came out with that. That's what it has.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, there you go. It shows you the notch.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you see the notch at the top of the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they finally got fucking rid of it in their latest iPhone.
Oh, the 15?
Yeah. Yeah, now they have a dynamic island, as they call it. Because they still had it. It has to because they still have the Face ID stuff in it. So it has like the dot projector, the infrared sensor, and all that bull crap.
Oh, sales.
So, I think the 6 of the 7 was the most sold iPhone of all time. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That was my first smartphone.
I think the 7
was the 6. I think it was the 6S.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a success. Look at the years, because it came out. It was the new phone of that year, and I got it. It was a Christmas gift. Technically, this one also was a Christmas gift. So they're gonna make a. They're gonna make a SE4 here soon, then, right?
No, 22 was the last time they made one, and then before that was 2018, wasn't it?
2020.
Oh, every 2 years?
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. So 2016.
Oh, but see, they went a really long break between doing SEs, so it might be 4 years. It might be 2 years.
Yeah.
It might be never.
I don't know about never. I don't know. I feel like eventually they'll make one. It's just hard telling how long.
Right.
I think I did tell you though how
you want to go Android though, because you want to get like the Samsung's camera system, right?
Well, it was either the Android or the Pixel, because the Pixel has
Samsung or Pixel, yeah.
Because the Pixel has their astronomy mode, which is apparently really good.
Oh yeah.
I've read some reviews about what it can do, and I think it's the newest one. They made a Pro that has the body of their small one.
Oh yeah, kind of, yeah.
So they kind of gave it all the power, but for the similar size, and so kind of. And so Marcus was talking about like how he thinks it might be one of their more sold products.
Oh, is it?
Because they have the 8 Pro, and then the 8 Pro Max or whatever.
Yeah.
And their Pro, the Pro is more expensive, but it's just like it's their smaller design with the big package.
Yeah.
And so he feels like if the price isn't a turnoff, it may be a big seller.
Oh yeah.
Because it does cost more.
But yeah.
So if the price,
it's normal flagship price.
So if the price doesn't deter people, it may be a big hit.
It's normal phone flagship price, so.
But it still is, like $1,000 a pop or whatever. So.
Well, that's a phone for you these days.
Yeah. My phone was like $400.
Well, yeah, but didn't you buy? Wasn't it already old? Or was it brand new at that point?
No, it was brand new. It was technically 6 months old.
And you didn't have a trade-in, right? Because you're old. You didn't.
They wouldn't take it. They wouldn't take it. It was also, that was just the price of the phone at the time, or for whatever reason their SE, I don't know. They just sold it cheaply, I guess, because I guess they figured a lot of people would be buying the 11. It was underrated, I guess.
I don't think you can buy something from Apple for $400 that isn't headphones.
Yeah.
So even then, I think the AirPods Max, which is like 5 years old at this point, they're like $550.
Yeah.
And everybody hates them.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll be getting a refresh. It's Techtember here now, so that's what
they call it.
That's what Marquez calls September.
Techtember. I haven't watched them enough to be familiar with the term.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Yep, it's September, so it means all the cool new tech.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. He always talks about it at the end of the year when he goes over. He talks about best phones of the year, and a lot of them get released in the last quarter or so. But he always has to mention though. But then when he goes to give, often Samsung wins phone of the year or comes up runner up or something.
So that was.
And he always mentions it. He's like, I will point out, Samsung kind of forgot because they released in January.
Yeah. So that's kind of the thing. From what I've read, camera wise, Samsung has like the best camera. If you want to for like astronomy or just simply taking pictures or whatever. But their problem is that the phone that does that is massive. It's a Pro Max or whatever. And so
the Pixel's still better.
And so, is it?
Everybody likes the Pixel photos better because the Pixel photos are more natural and true to life. Most people would look at a Samsung photo and be like, yeah, I like that one better because it oversaturates. It makes things brighter, more colorful.
Because
despite the fact it's not true to life.
The other thing I was going to say, though, is that but when comparing sizes, the best size phone, I think, is the Pixel.
Yeah. Comparing
just... so you just eliminate their largest sizes and just look at those.
Yeah. The best video camera in a phone is still iPhones. They're insane. They're
the one feature I don't really use much.
Yeah. But it's great. On the new ones, anyways. Mm. I mean, they've been king of the video forever. Yeah. Andrew's always been kind of junky. They're slowly catching up. Mm-hmm. But Apple's been doing such crazy stuff recently, so it's even harder for them to catch up.